You walk the sidewalks, drowning in your thoughts, feeling pressure from everywhere.
In Posey County on a Friday night, you can't help but notice the two worlds that collide in one stadium. The adults in one section, and right next to them, that reckless, uncontrolled, often crude world where teenagers fill the student section. But if you ever take a moment to glance over to that world of teenagers, you may have noticed some seemingly random adults standing, cheering and laughing among high school kids. There's a good chance those adults are Young Life leaders. We do this in hopes that we might step into their lives and give them a meaningful confrontation with the God of the universe and share with them the old story of Jesus and His love.
As long as high school kids in our city go around at ball games looking for love in all the wrong places.
As long as they desperately seek an identity based on the opinions of friends and reputation.
As long as high school kids limp through the stands broken by family strife, enslaved by drugs, alcohol, and sex.
I want to be found there, not in the adult section where it is respectable and controlled, but right in the middle, where passions, vulgar and profane, blurt out obscenity.
I want to be found in the middle of those kids where God has positioned me to shine forth His grace, His hope, His love, and His truth.
As long as there's an enemy who can convince his victims that tomorrow doesn't matter and that harm will not find them.
As long as God uses the weakest of us to shine His light that pierces the darkest places and brings rescue to the lost.
As long as the darkness is blasted away by the light of the world, a light that lives with all who know, love, and follow Him.
As long as there's such darkness, I will man my post right in the middle of all the chaos, holding my position until He calls the last play and the lights fade out.
As Young Life leaders, we journey to the high school to fulfill the Great Commission, knowing that teenagers are lonely and hurting, and that, like Jesus, we can learn their names and become their friends.
It's not just at football games. It's throughout the week. It's at the lunch table. It's at the club building playing air hockey, Buffalo Wild Wings, watching college ball games, small group Bible studies, and the list goes on. Anywhere where teenagers are, you can find a Young Life leader there. And we want to be there, right in the middle of all that chaos. Every time a leader shows up at a game, two worlds collide. Light collides with darkness, joy with sadness, and life with death. It is the privilege we have as Young Life leaders here in Posey County that we get to love hurting teenagers and be a part of their story. And if Jesus grabs their hearts, we get to watch them pass from death to life. And it's worth every penny we spend, every ounce of time and energy we give, because kids' lives are being changed for eternity. And when you sit in the stands on any given Friday night, underneath the lights, and look to the student section, it appears to be full of life, laughter, and smiles. But when the lights go down, and the laughter fades, and all the masks are put away, the real stories emerge. Broken families, hurtful friendships, innocence lost, kids left feeling abandoned and alone. It is in this lonely place where a Young Life leader's friendship becomes authentic. Trust is won, and teenagers discover that they are not alone. God has not left us alone.